Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the historic Fox Theater in Bakersfield, California. Now, please notice where your closest exits are. Good. We thank you for coming out this evening. Before we begin this evening's performance, this is a warning. Tonight on the stage, there will be things performed that are called jokes. They are not meant to harm you in any way. However, if you are a pussy, if you're feeling extremely sensitive, if you're perhaps trapped in your own political echo chamber, if you drove up here from West Hollywood, if you drove down from San Francisco, if hearing ideas separate than your own may cause your emotional collapse, then this may be the time to pretend you forgot something in your fucking Tesla. and go out and have a good cry and be the huge pussy that you know you are in your heart. But if you realize you live in the freest country in the history of the world, but you live in the People's Republic of California, we're still gonna have fun tonight. You guys are in for it. Ladies and gentlemen, on the stage right now, let's bring up the lights. I'm gonna introduce everybody. I was just touring with Adam Sandler in different basketball stadiums. He sells out the stadium. I'm happy to be here, but he sells out stadiums because he keeps his mouth shut. True. Anyway, so I don't. So we were there, and they were laughing. Some of the executives, the basketball executives at these things, and I said, "What was so funny?" And they said, so what is it? What is it?" And they said, "We just got the ratings for the WNBA finals, the championship of the Women's National Basketball Association." And they said the average viewer watched for a total of 22 seconds. Basically, they're watching and going, "Is Caitlin Clark playing this year?" No. And that was it. And I met Caitlin Clark because she plays for the Indiana, Zippers or something. Frisbees or the Indiana, it doesn't matter. I don't know. You're never going to know. No one's going to look it up. Who gives a shit? It's WNBA. Who gives a fuck? Not necessary for the joke. Okay. I said to her, "Hey, they're beating the shit out of you. What's going on with these referees, man?" And then she said, "Well, we don't get the good referees. They all go to the NBA. We get the shitty referees because we don't have enough money." And I said, "Well, you got to teach these referees. You're their Michael Jordan, Caitlin. You're they got to teach you when somebody knocks you down, it's a flagrant foul. You got to kick them out of the game, that player. You got to fine them 10% of their salary, $15. And then you got to suspend them 10 games. No eating pussy for 10 games. Make it hurt, you know what I mean?" Now listen, I want it to be successful. I want women to be successful. Of course I do. Why wouldn't I? But like, for instance, the WNBA, you got to use things to make it more exciting for people who want to watch. Like, for instance, once it's just a suggestion. The uniforms. Make them a little skimpier, Not for everybody, just for the 2 or 3 good-looking ones, For the other girls, actually, fucking make them longer. Give a hoodie or something. Go for full coverage. If you want to make the game more exciting, and I do, everything's a fucking layup. Nobody can. It's 10 feet. No woman can jump and dunk at 10 feet. So lower the hoop down. So they can dunk it. Lower, 4 feet, 5 feet, whatever. It's like 2 feet. And kick it or something. Make it more interesting. And if you want to make the game more exciting, every team gets one guy, just one guy. And if you want to make it really exciting, all guys, just guys. Take the W off. Let's play. It's been a year since the fires in Los Angeles, and I had a friend of mine there, and I called him, the fire felt terrible, David Spade. And I was like, Davey, I feel terrible. Hey, buddy, what's up, buddy? Fuck, buddy. It's fucked up, buddy. I said, I feel awful, man. I feel terrible that what happened down there. I know it's fucked up, buddy. It's totally fucked up, buddy. So is there anything I could do to help you? That's okay, buddy. I'll figure it out. It's fucked up, buddy. Can I at least, get you a hotel room till you figure out what you need to do next with your life? That's okay, buddy. I'll figure it out. No, Dave, I've known you for 35 years. Let me get you a hotel room. I said, okay, buddy. That's really nice of you, buddy. Anyway, that was a year ago. He's still there. No, I literally drove to the hotel. I said, Davey, I can't afford this shit anymore. I gotta go to Bakersfield just to pay for this. California's so beautiful, man. I had to move out because I got little kids. It's dangerous in public schools in California, In the morning you drop off a girl, in the afternoon you pick up a boy. It's dangerous. Now, I remember in fourth grade, California, the police would come to your school. And they would say, they come and listen, if any adult ever tries to tell you to keep a secret between you and them, that person is called a molester. You call the police right away. Now, that person is called a California public school teacher. You keep a secret, you don't have to tell anybody. There was a few months back, there was a California public school teacher that got arrested for having an inappropriate relationship with a student. Here's how I feel about that. If a guy does it, a male teacher does it to a female, takes advantage of a female student, they should cut his dick off. That guy should never be allowed again in public unless he, has his dick in his mouth or something like that. However, if a female teacher decides to provide some extracurricular activity for one of her male students, not on school grounds. I'm from the 80s. Fucking every movie was about that in the 80s. I remember the song Hot for Teacher. Remember that? Jeez. California's crazy. California. The President of the United States had to write an executive order for some crazy shit that started here in California. So President Trump wrote literally executive order to make plastic straws great again. Yeah. Look it up. They did it. It's like, what? All this shit, instead of helping the homeless, like, we'll just, we'll leave the homeless, but we'll take care of the plastic straws. So, forget about that high-speed train, we'll just take care of the plastic straws. I remember this shit always starts in California, the craziest ideas, it moves its way east, I remember I was at a party when I used to drink, I still drink, but when I used to drink, I was at a party and I was like, some guy said, hey, that's fucked up. What? What's fucked up? That plastic straw. Why? How? That's a single-use plastic straw. So after you're done using it, it's gonna go in the ocean and kill a turtle. Well, then it's not a single-use plastic straw. After I'm done drinking with it, I'm gonna kill a fucking turtle with it. And who knows what else could happen to it. In December, the state legislature here in California approved slave reparations. The state's already $32 billion in debt that they admit to. So here's what they want to do. California, the legislature, the super majority of Democrats, they want to pay slave reparations, to be paid to people who were never slaves, to be paid by people who never owned slaves. In a state that never had slaves. That's like paying child support for a child you never had. It's a woman you never fucked. But anyway, people are losing their mind over, Greenland's fucking losing their mind. Greenland's, they're like, yeah, we don't want to be the 51st state. Shut up, Greenland. Nobody wants you to be the 51st state. That's going to be Canada, you assholes. You're going to be the 52nd state. Deal with it.
Yeah.
And we just have to send over, they've only got 30,000 people. We just send over 50,000 Somalians and we do ourselves a favor. Do them not a favor. No, it's ridiculous. There are so many Haitians in Minnesota right now. It doesn't even resemble Somalia anymore. But in front of the Supreme Court right now, the boys and girls sports issue is happening. It's unbelievable that we have to have this discussion at the Supreme Court. The president, his first day in office, what did he do? He signed an executive order. No more boys and girls sports, but it still has to work its way through the courts. Pretty interesting, isn't it, ladies? The biggest feminist president, the protector of women, of all presidents in our lifetime, turned out to be the pussy grabber. Maybe the guy that grabs it knows how to best protect it. Either way, if we don't get healthy, nothing else matters. That's why I'm so happy we have Robert Kennedy in there, changing things up. I remember when he told me he was running for president, I'll never forget. He said, I'm thinking about running for president. I'm thinking about running for president. You're thinking about riding a pelican? What kind of pelican? How big is that fucking thing? You guys are right? That's right. That's all right. It's a little tight in here because people were smaller back then when they built this theater. It's true. People were like, excuse me. They sat down. Now it's like, oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. My ass was in your face. I apologize. Excuse me. Okay, fuck you. I mean, sorry. What, did I step on your child? I'm sorry. Sorry. Oh, fuck. Ah! Okay. We gotta get healthy, I'm telling you. Gotta get healthy. 32% of Americans are obese. Obese, technical term meaning that their body fat is obvious. We can see. But the good news though, if you're fat, be fat in America, because no matter how fat you are in America, you can always feel good about yourself. Remember Robert Kennedy, I was just back east, it was his birthday, January 17th. And he was telling me, he said, Americans make up 4.2% of the world population. I'll translate for you. Americans make up 4.2% of the world population. And yet they consume more than 70% of all prescription drugs made in the world. And yet they consume more than 70% of all prescription drugs made in the world. That's right. There's only 2 countries in the world that allow straight drugs to consumer advertising. It's us and New Zealand. That's it. It's crazy. We're a bunch of drug addicts. We consume 70% of all the drugs made in the world. We're only 4.2% of the world population. We're all turning into Elvis Presley's. We are. We have to stop this. We don't need it. Take Flixixar. What does it do? We don't know what it does, but take it. Are you depressed? You could take this on top of your antidepressant. What the fuck is happening to this country? Your asshole may fall out onto the floor. Talk to your doctor if you still have an asshole. Who's buying this? Who's taking the chance? I don't know, man. It's just nuts. Elvis Presley, when he died, I was 13 years old. It was August 16th, 1977. I remember my dad told me, he said, Elvis Presley died. And I said, what? How does that even, it didn't even make sense. I was like, the Statue of Liberty disappearing. I said, doesn't he? I said, how did he die? They said, he died on the toilet. I said, what? How did somebody die on the toilet? That was the most incredible, insane thing I'd ever heard up until that point, 13 years old. How did somebody die on the toilet? It's like, I just couldn't understand it. Anyway, I turned 60 last year, and I get it now. Now I get it. I swear to God, at least 2 times a month, I'm like, this could be it! Oh, fuck! Honey, tell the kids I love them! Tell them I love them! I was explaining to my wife as it was going, because there's the Supreme Court hearing right now about, what is a woman? He's like, what is happening? I'm like, Ben, it's actually the Supreme Court right now. They're trying to decide whether boys can play in girls' sports. And it's like, what? I can't believe it's even a question. It's like even a 3-year-old knows what a woman is. A woman is someone who gets mad at you for something you did 6 fucking years ago. You said you were gonna go upstairs and get the sandals, and you didn't. What? What sandals? In Cabo. You remember? You were gonna go to the room and get them? Honey, I think it was like 2013. Yeah, those are my favorite sandals. I don't have them anymore. Honey, I don't even think your feet are the same size now. A woman is someone who uses the tires of her car as curb feelers. Honey, I think we're parked. You could have drove, you asshole, but you didn't, so I didn't. You're always, hurry up, we gotta go. Then who's running back in the house to get his wallet, to get his comb, to get his hat, to get his phone? You are. So you could have drove, but you didn't, so I drove. Yeah, well, now no one could drive because we're missing a wheel. We need all 4, now we have 4. A woman is someone who makes you kill a spider at 2 o'clock in the morning in the bathroom. You said you killed it. You didn't kill it. I just went back in there. It's still in there. You said you killed it. You didn't kill it. I didn't say I killed it. I didn't say anything. I went in there. And you didn't tell me how fucking big it was. And I said I'm not gonna deal with this shit right now. I don't have any pants on. A woman is someone who can't sleep at night until she checks every door and lock in the house. And then after she checks every door and lock in the house, she makes you check every door and lock in the house. Did you check the garage? For what? See if it's closed or not. No. I closed it when I came home. Did you check it since? No. But I didn't go anywhere since. You didn't go anywhere, so I just did the math, I figured there's a good likelihood, more than likely. Go check the garage! Yeah, the garage was closed like I thought, and then I checked the front door too, because I knew that was next. And that was locked, and the chain was on. I didn't put the chain on. Did you put the chain on? Who put the chain on? The spider? It was huge. Did you check the sliding glass doors? No, but I was about to. First, what I wanted to do was take off all my clothes, lie down in bed and find a comfortable sleeping position like the one I'm in right now. And then after that, I was going to get out of bed and then put all my clothes back on, and then after that, I was going to check all the sliding glass doors. That was the plan the whole time. So I get out of bed, put my clothes back on. I check all the sliding glass doors. Of course, they're all locked. I get back into bed. I hear something! Honey, the only person who wants to kill you is already inside the house. And he knows all the codes. And he could change the codes. Those are his codes. I know you're looking at me thinking, he's not exactly white. What is he, this guy? I'm half Asian, half white. Supposedly there's just something called white supremacy. We're not system of white oppression. I'm trying to figure out which side of me is oppressing the other half. Well, that's why I'm glad there's professional sports, because there's diversity, equity, and inclusion. Don't get me wrong, I want opportunity for everybody, but if we're going to continue to be the greatest nation in the history of the world, and to be the innovators and the technologically most advanced nation on earth, we're going to need the best people in each position. That's why professional sports is so important. Because if you want your team to win, you don't want Filipino Jews like me to play on your particular favorite team. So we suck. But Filipinos were good. I mean, we make good nurses. Any Filipinos here? Which hospital? Which hospital do you work at? No, I'm serious. Which hospital? You see, I'm serious. Merced? Okay, Merced, there you go, right there. Virgo? Lerdo? Lerdo, okay. You see, it's not racist, it's the truth. Come on, sit down. You didn't miss shit, come on, sit down. No, I'm telling you, Lerdo. Is that what's called Lerdo? It's a jail? Oh, fuck. They're prison guards? Is that what's happening? Shit. Why didn't you fuckers tell me this before? Lerdo. So are they nurses there or are they guards? Because you can easily push over a Filipino guard. No, but we make good nurses. We're good at that. That's what we do. It's not racist. That's what you want. You want a Filipino nurse. That's what you want. We are a system of white supremacy. We're not doing a good job because Asians are the highest earners. Filipinos are the highest earners in America. Average 93,000 nurses. Filipinos, yeah. Second, East Indians. Second biggest are the guys who own the mini marts. So, somehow they call them Asian. I don't know how we fucking ended up Asian. I don't understand. For most of my life, I was Indian. Now I'm Asian. I don't know. I don't know. Well, it's very bizarre that I get to, I'm a little kid from San Francisco, well, below that. Pacifica is where I'm from, and it was a hell of a place to grow up in the 70s. It's really cool, and so I've got to do so many amazing things just because of show business. And I've been very lucky, and I used to make movies for a while, and then I became a little mouthy. But I had fun. I have little kids. I love you too. I have little kids, and my wife has never let my kids see any movie I've ever made. Can they see a little of Deuce Bigelow? You want them to see? That's a huge bitch! There was, this is a true story. It's a professional basketball player for the Phoenix Flippers or whatever the thing is. Woman basketball player. She came up to me when I was at the airport and she said, Mr. Schneider? Yeah? I just want you to know because of that movie Deuce Bigelow. Ever since that movie came out, I've never been able to walk through the airport without somebody yelling out, "That's a huge bitch" to me. Sorry, I didn't know that joke would leave the movie. I thought it was just stay as in the movie. I'm sorry. I couldn't help. She walked away. Freak, behemoth, keep it in the circus. I didn't have to. Somebody next to me did it. But anyway, my wife, she didn't let my kids see the hot chick either. It's me, Jessica. I'm in here. I remember when you moved here from Arkansas. Everybody threw rocks at you because you talk funny. I was your only friend. You think you're so cool because you can pee with your penis. Billy, I should have made love to you when I had the chance. Disney made those movies. Did you know that? Disney. It'll never happen again. Disney's never going to do that. They're never going to have, any movie that Disney makes where somebody has Tourette's syndrome. Whore! All liquor! I don't know what most of the Amy Poehler said. Anyway, so we made a movie during the pandemic, and I know it was scary in the pandemic. I know the scamdemic was scary because, because the government wanted you, the government, mask up between bites, this fucking asshole. They wanted to scare you, and that's why remember all the notifications on your phone were meant to scare you? Like, oh fuck, this guy's parachute didn't open and he died of COVID, fuck. So, maybe that's how you get it on the way down, And so we made a movie called Daddy Daughter Trip. It's on Amazon if you want to see it for free. It's on there. And it was nice to make a movie. I made it with Patricia, my wife, and I. We wrote it with Jamie Lissow, our good friend who's on Got Fat. Yeah, Jamie. He was just here recently. And then me and one other friend made it. And my friend Todd Graves is a great guy. He paid for it. And then he paid for most of it. But he said, we have a little bit of money left over. Maybe we can, get a song for the montage. And I said, why don't we get a Paul McCartney song? He said, okay, but then we won't have any money, to finish the movie. One song with Paul McCartney's is like literally $600,000. Wow. But he's Paul McCartney, and he's a Beatle, the last good one. And, that's right. So anyway, so after that, I heard he was going to be performing a couple summers ago in Texas, and I said, fuck, well, I called his tour manager, Bruce is the guy's name. I said, hey, I heard Mr. McCartney's going to be performing in Texas. It's weird, I'm going to be there at the same time. What a coincidence. I got tickets already. Is it possible after the concert I can go backstage and say hi to Mr. McCartney and get a picture? And he said, well, we'll text you the night of the show and see what we could do. That sounds nice. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't, but whatever. So after that, I went to Mexico to direct a picture that my wife Patricia wrote for Paramount Plus called Amor es Amor. I think it's pretty good. I don't know. I don't speak Spanish, but they did, so it seems like it was okay. When I was in Mexico, I got COVID because everybody surrounding me was vaccinated. You can't get it unless you got it. But if you're boosted, you can still get it. But if you're double boosted, you can only give it, but you can't give it if you get it. But if you're triple boosted, you can still give it, but you can't not give it. You cannot give it, you can get it, but you can't. If you have a syringe in your ass 24 hours a day and you mask up between bites and you're at the French Laundry, you can still give it, but you can't get it. You're not following the science. You're not following the science. It's easy to follow. You give it, you can get it, but if you can't get it. So anyway, I recovered from that. I went back to the States, and then it was time to see Paul McCartney. That, in concert. So I took my daughter, who was the daughter of Daddy Daughter Trip, Miranda. And I said, come on, we're going to go see this person who changed the world singing about love. She said, Taylor Swift. Before that, way before. Anyway, I took my daughter on the flight, on the way to see Paul McCartney in concert. My daughter came down with COVID. She said, Dad, I think I have what you had. I don't feel good. I think I got what you had. And then I said, you're probably fine. We don't know 100%. Can't test you now. How we don't know? I said, don't worry. As soon as we land, I promise, we're going to go straight to the concert. As soon as we land, don't worry. I know when I had COVID and I heard Beatles music, I felt better. So anyway, we go straight to the concert. The whole time I was like, I don't feel good. I want to go to the hotel. I said, look, just 5 more songs, just 5. You said that 5 songs ago. I said, yeah, I know, but these are Beatles songs. They're like quick, super quick. They're like 2 minutes and 20 seconds. It's not like Journey or Led Zeppelin, I have no idea who any of those people are. Then all of a sudden I got a little zzz on my phone. It's like, SP will meet you 20 minutes after the performance. Start making your way backstage during the Live and Let Die fireworks. SP, Sir Paul, will meet me, Rob Schneider. I can't be the one who kills Paul McCartney. I I get enough bad publicity as it is. I can't be like, Deuce Bigelow fucking kills the last good Beatles motherfucker. Rob Schneider, fucking asshole, piece of shit, motherfucker. Then all of a sudden, the fireworks go off. And he starts singing. When we were young and your heart was an open book, we used to say, I said, all right, honey, come on, we gotta do the right thing. Come on. Let's go backstage. Let's go. So I'm backstage, I'm going, oh, this is so wrong. What am I doing? Oh my God, what am I? And then I started thinking, he's not going to show up. What am I worried about? They're probably just going to give us t-shirts or something. Then I started looking around going, well, you know, the ceilings are pretty high. There seems to be good airflow in here. That works in our favor. Then all of a sudden, he comes in the room. Paul McCartney, by himself. And he's really tall, which also works in our favor. And he comes right up to me and says, I like the movie. Paul McCartney, you like my movie, Daddy Todd Trip? I can't even believe you saw it. It's unbelievable. I can't believe it. I didn't see the whole movie. Just a little bit with my song in it. But to make sure it's not a piece of crap, you know what I'm saying? Who's that behind you? No one. There's nobody. My daughter's like, I have COVID! He gave me COVID! Now I have COVID! Now you're gonna get COVID! Mr. McCartney, we're not 100% sure. She probably does, but we don't know. I mean, it was very new. We're not sure. But I didn't even know I was gonna get really mean. I thought we were gonna get a t-shirt or something, but I don't know, I feel terrible. Seriously, I didn't even know this was possible. I mean, you know, I feel terrible, but you're 80, which is pretty good. 80 is solid. I would take 80. You think 80? Fucking 80. 80 is good. I mean, no one's gonna feel ripped off. Paul McCartney dies at 80 because I think that I did. And I think I want to tell a story that happened that actually inspired this thing. I went to the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary, and I got the same response when I was there. But they're very liberal, as you can imagine. You know, I used to be liberal too before I started making money. For fuck's sake. Anyway, so I went to Saturday Night Live, and I wasn't going to talk about politics. I was like, we fucking won, or any of that shit. I didn't mean any of that. So they sat me next to Al Sharpton. How are you still alive? I don't understand. Like 1,000. And then, two rows in front of me, I see Robert De Niro, and I know he's obviously, De Niro's obviously like, Trump deranged, and he hates Trump, and I love Trump, I mean, he's my president. He's not perfect, but there's only been one perfect person in the history of the world, that's Jesus Christ. We all fall short of the glory of God. And so anyway, I thought, you know what? He is not going to be happy to see me. And I said, I don't want to ruin his night, and I don't want him to ruin my night. So I'm just going to avoid seeing Mr. De Niro and whatever. And so that's the decision I made. And then after the show, they did a wonderful thing. At the end of the show, they do a kind of an elegant thing where they invite everyone onto the stage who's ever been a cast member or was ever host of the show, which is very nice. In theory, the problem being, this show's been on the air for 50 years, so everybody in the audience was either a cast member or has been a host of the show. So we all fucking get up and we try to make our way to the stage. Just like, oh fuck, oh jeez, no man, oh shit, no. And then Will Ferrell's pushing me. He's like, fucking, come on, De Niro's right there. Leave me the fuck alone, And we're all making our way, And then right before I get on the stage, De Niro is right in front of me. He said, please don't fucking push me. Somebody pushes me into De Niro. And De Niro turns around and he's like, Schneider, how can you support that schmuck, Trump? He's a schmuck. He turned you into a schmuck. He's turning this whole country into schmucks. Schneider, I thought you were smarter. I swear to God, The only thing I was thinking the whole time was like, Robert De Niro knows who I am. And I swear, I looked right at him and I said, I love you. He said, no, I really love you. I love you. I love you. Swear to God, he looked at me. He's like, okay. That was it. And I meant it. I love him. I don't care what his politics are, what he thinks. I'm not going to hate some other human being just because of what he thinks. You don't get a blessing for loving your brother. You're supposed to do that. It's loving your enemy, loving somebody who hates you. So I looked, and that was it. So I think that's the only way we can handle this, because we're not conservatives. We're just not good at cancel culture. They're better at it than us. They're better. Let them win that one. We're going to have to win with love, and we're going to have to win and do that. And so the next time you have your relatives come visit you from San Francisco or Santa Cruz, they drive up from West Hollywood, you got to look them right in the eye and go, when they start getting Trump deranged, you're like, I love you. I really love you. I love you. Yeah. And if I would have had time, I would have said, Mr. De Niro, Robert, and I call you Robert, that's my name. I would have said, look, God picks people that we wouldn't pick. God, the mystery of God's choice is not a mystery to him, it's a mystery to us. God's a terrible casting agent, I guess. I don't know. God has his reasons. I mean, look at the Bible. You can just look at King David. King David. A murderer, an adulterer, someone who coveted another man's wife. God, he's a murderer.
Yeah, I know.
Why?
Well, he has the qualities of leader I want.
But he's an adulterer too.
Yeah, I know.
Look up Moses in Exodus. Moses, stuttering shepherd. Look it up. God, he stutters.
Yeah, I know. That's who I want. He has the leadership skills that I'm looking for.
Yeah, but he stutters.
Yeah, I know.
If you think about it, that's why it took Moses 9 different plagues before he was able to get the Egyptian Pharaoh to understand what he wanted. Let my plague. It's the same thing with Donald Trump. God, Donald Trump, what?
That's who I want. He has the leadership skills I'm looking for right now.
Yeah, but he's been very disrespectful to women.
Yeah, I know. That's who I want.
But God, he's called women pigs.
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
You guys have been a fantastic audience. I love you. I really